Let's get introduced to the different curves that we have been talking about. The basic idea over here is that we are going to derive all of the structures from a cone. So what is that we're going to do? If we take the intersection of a plane with a cone or cones, the section so obtained is called your conic section. And depending on different condition and what is this beta, I'll be talking about that. We'll be getting circle, ellipse, parabola and hyperbola. So let's talk about those variables alpha and beta. So this is a cone, right? If I happen to take a plane and cut it across, or if the plane gets cut because of the cone, depending on the condition, we're going to get different structures. So let me explain that aspect. A different perspective will be better. Skeleton view will be better. See, this is your axis of rotation. Agree? That's your hypotenuse in some sense. This angle is your alpha. The angle through which the plane passes through the axis is your beta when viewed from this side. Okay? Now, the variable, that is a beta. If beta is the angle made by the intersecting plane with the vertical axis of the cone, so that's what we showed. And depending on beta's value, we'll get different structures. If beta is 90, we'll get a circle. If beta is between alpha and 90 degree, remember alpha is this value. We'll get ellipse if alpha is equal to beta. So basically parallel to this surface, if not this surface. We'll get something called as parabola, and within this we'll get hyperbola. So let us do this. Let us start off with the easiest one, your circle. So that's your circle. If I highlight this, can you see that? You're looking at a circle, right? That's your circle. Change of perspective will help. See, this is a plane being passed through by this particular cone. Okay, so change of perspective again. So that's a circle. Can you see that? So if I remove those two cones, so the condition was it has to be 90 degree. Can you see that? This plane is 90 degree with the axis of rotation clearly. If I change it a bit, not too much, a bit, we'll get ellipse. So again, change of perspective. Can you see that? So it's the same plane, just that it's cutting at a different line altogether. So that is your ellipse. So if this is the sun and this is a planet, this is generally how the planetary motion happens. Comets, planets, and all of that. So that's your motion. So how can we get it? Just take the same plane but cut it at a different angle. So that's your ellipse. Now hyperbola. Sorry, parabola. Next up is your parabola. That's your parabola. A smiley face. A very big smiley face, to be honest. Right? So you can see that the angle, this line is parallel to this. That's how I made sure that beta in this case will be equal to alpha. Okay, I think I showed you guys. Yeah, enough, right? Let me just make it view from the top. So that's your, generally this is what we'll study. So all this we'll study from the top view. So that's your parabola. And at last we have the hyperbola. So why is that we are not able to see that? Because it's something like this. It need not be parallel to the axis of rotation, but yeah, this is a possibility. So that is your hyperbola. Don't get confused with the straight line. This are your hyperbola. Okay, the smiley face over here and smiley face over there. Right? So that's how you get different structures. Let me show all of them. This is how you get all the structures with the help of a cone by making it pass through at different angles. That's a circle, that is your ellipse, parabola and hyperbola. Okay, yes. Yeah.